Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I will be installing the Stow and Show front license plate brackets on my 2019 wide body red eye and the 2020 RT Scat Pack Challenger. Now for the wide body there's two different options for the Stow and Show bracket. You got one for the upper bumper and one for the lower bumper, and then for the narrow bodies they just have it for the lower bumper. Now for the narrow body, since the Stow and Show license plate bracket goes underneath the front bumper, I will have to jack the front end up so I can be able to get under there and do the install without any problems. Whereas the wide body, I got the upper license plate bracket, so I don't have to do anything and just, unscrew the bolts and screw the piece back in. But what do you say we get started installing them? We'll start on the narrow body first, since that's going to be the hardest. Here's what comes in the box for the Stow and Show front license plate bracket. You've got the license plate holder, you've got the bracket that screws onto the bumper, you've got the hardware to attach it, and then you've got the instructions. So we've got the car safely jacked up, and again I did get the lifting pads from Lifting Pad Pros. I'm actually using that. I forgot to mention that in the walk around video, but I've got the car jacked up. Let me climb underneath and show you the 3 bolts that we have to remove in order to put that bracket on. Okay everybody, we're underneath the car, and again this license plate bracket is going in the middle of the bumper. To get started we need to remove the 3 7mm screws, so let's get started removing them. Now we are not going to reuse these 3 screws. We are going to use the 3 supplied screws that came in the package. Now before we mount the license plate bracket, we're going to use some alcohol and clean this off to have a nice clean surface, because there is adhesive double-sided sticky tape to help it stick up there. So let's get started on cleaning the bumper off. Now before we get started, there is I said the double-sided sticky tape right here on the front part of the bracket. You're going to want to peel that off, because when you get it up there you're not really going to be able to get to it, so let's peel that off real quick. Now the supplied screws are also 7mm. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start with the middle one, just so you can try and get it like held up there. Just screw it in just a little bit, but don't push the front end up, or otherwise you're going to get the double-sided sticky tape already sticking to it. Then take the side ones, get them started in the holes. Whoops, center one dropped out a little bit. Guess I didn't have it started enough. There we go. Get the third one in there. Said you never want to just tighten one down all the way, because then it might not be centered. There you go, I got them all started, and I'm going to start with the middle one, just tightening it down. Alright, move on to the end ones. Just snug it up a little bit to where the tape still hasn't touched yet. Alright, got it good. I think it's good and centered. Now I'm just going to take it and push it where the tape is. Push up there nice and tight so it sticks really good, and then take the screws and tighten them all the way down. Now again, you're screwing them onto plastic, so don't go too tight and break something. Let's get them up there nice and snug. Just go back and double check. And then push up on the tape again. And there you go. You have your lower front license plate bracket relocating kit for the narrow body Challengers. So now that's installed, let's get everything out of the way, lower this back down, and get over on the wide body. All right, everybody, so here's everything that comes in the package for the license plate bracket for the wide bodies. Pretty similar. You got the mounting bracket, the license plate holder bracket, the instructions, and the supplied hardware. Like I said, I got the upper bumper bracket, not the lower one, so we don't have to worry about raising the car up. It's just going to go right there. So what do you say we get started installing it? All right, so for the upper bracket, it's 2 bolts that you have to remove, those 2 right there in the center. Unlike the lower mount, that was a 7mm socket, these existing screws just need a Phillips screwdriver to take them out. Now the supplied screws are 7mm screws to go back in there. Now here is the bracket right here. Now on the back side I put some black tape, considering it's going to be pushed up against this plastic under here, and I'm just anal, so I just wanted to put that there as a little extra protection. But before we mount that up there, we're going to clean everything off with some alcohol. And then it's a pretty easy install from there. Just take one of the screws and feed it through the hole. Line it up just to get it started. Hand tighten it in just a little bit. Take your other one. Feed it up through the hole. Again, just get it started. You never want to do one all the way tight, because then when you go to do the last one or the next one, it might not be lined up all the way. So now you got it in there. Just tighten her down. Again, don't go too tight because it is plastic that you're tightening it to. You don't want to crack anything. Just tighten one down a little snug and do the other side. There you go, got it snug, and then go back to the other side. Make sure that one's all the way snug. And there you have it. You now have the upper license plate relocating bracket for the wide body Challenger. Alright everybody, so I had a little bit of a brain fart and almost forgot to show you how to install the actual license plate holder bracket. It wouldn't be a complete install video if I didn't show you how to do that. But as you can see, here's the bracket. This is the top part where you got your screws. And then obviously this is the bottom part that goes into the bracket that mounts to the car. This is the little notch that the pin catches. But so it's real easy. Like I said, you've got the top part of the bracket there. It's real easy. Just kind of take your license plate, put the the screws through the hole like there, and bolt them on. And after you get done doing that, let me zoom in so you can see the bracket a little better. There you can see the bracket. And the bracket right here has this little pull tab right here, and that's what clips into this little piece right here. So what you do is you kind of just like line it up, pull the tab out, and then slide it in, let go. And then when you hear the click, there you go. It is fully installed. It's not coming out, as you can see. And in order to get it out, all you got to do is pull on this tab, and it slides right out. There you go. That is the full install of your Stow and Show. All right, everybody, there we have it. We have the Stow and Show license plate relocation brackets on the wide body and the narrow body. There is the wide body with the upper bracket, and then the narrow body with the lower bracket. Now, the narrow body was a little more pain in the butt because I had to jack the car up in order to get underneath to do it. In all actuality, you don't really have to jack the car up to do it. I just kind of did that in order to be able to make the video a lot easier. You could squeeze under there, but it does make it a little easier to jack it up, just a little more time consuming. But there they are, both brackets. Didn't take very long to do it, but there they are. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you out in any way, please give the video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please click that subscribe button and then turn your bell notification on so you stay up to date on all my videos. I'm out. Everybody be safe.